Right, Kayla. Right, so we had a really good first lesson there. We're wobbling a little bit here. There we go. So we've got 3 chords in the first lesson. That was really, really good. Bit of strumming and a couple of other little tricks as well. Okay, so first of all, the chords. That's the most important thing. So the first one we did was E minor, right? So we've got first finger, index finger, behind the 2nd fret on the 5th string. So remember, we're counting up. So this 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, okay? So 5th string, 2nd fret. Now, remember, normally you want to get it as close to the fret as you can without going on top of it, okay? So we just want it right behind the fret. But this time we're going to have to draw it back a little bit because the middle finger, 2nd finger, is going on the 2nd fret as well on the 4th string right next to it. So we kind of need to push this back a little bit. But wherever you can, always have your fingers as close to the fret as you can, okay? So next thing, very tip of your finger. You want this last bit of your finger here to be standing straight up on the string, right? So it should never be kind of slanted like that, right? Always kind of going up and around, right? So there should be a kind of a nice curve on your finger, and this part here, these joints should be bent, okay? So it's kind of coming up and around on straight down on the string. So E minor, okay? And remember to try it one string at a time as well, right? Because this might sound fine, but okay, so you can pick out little things like that. Now normally, if that's happening, or maybe it's just kind of buzzing a bit like that, right? Normally the trick to that is just squeeze a bit harder, okay? So you do need to put a lot of pressure on those strings. That's one thing that's kind of tough about the guitar, but you get used to it after a while, right? Now another thing as well though, it could be just that it's too far away from the fret. If I'm behind the 2nd fret, I don't want to be here. I want to be right up there. Now I get a clean note, okay? Okay, E minor. Next one we did was G. So we're going to do it from E minor, right? So what we'll do is we'll take the middle finger away. Now we've got room to get that first finger right up to the fret. Middle finger goes down on the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And this is the tricky bit, right? 3rd finger is on the 1st fret of the, 3rd fret of the 1st string, okay? Okay. Now, if this is happening, right, if you're kind of having to bend your finger like this to get it, just pull your hand down this way a little bit. Not so much that you're lying down on them now, but just kind of bring it down this way a bit. Kind of draw your elbow back a little bit. You know, just find the right angle to where you can get it nice and comfortably. Okay, there's G major, right? So that's E minor, kind of a sad sounding chord, and G major, which is a happy sounding chord. Okay, then the next one we did was A minor. So that's 1st finger, 1st fret on the 2nd string up. And then you can just take these next 2 fingers, middle finger and ring finger, and put them both down 2nd fret on the 3rd string, ring finger, and 4th string, middle finger, right? And with this one, we're gonna leave out the 6th string, okay? So we've just got, okay? Tune it up a little bit. Okay, so there's A minor. Now, if you want to try C, that's okay, but C is one of the tough ones now, right? So we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves a little bit. So before you go on to C, make sure you get those ones right. So just practice them in a loop, right? E minor, G, A minor, and then maybe, if we're lucky, 3rd finger comes up, middle finger slides right up to the fret, and your 3rd finger goes to the 3rd fret on the 5th string. So that's a bit of a stretch because you're going across 3 frets here, right? Okay, but don't worry about C yet, okay? Because, you know, 3 chords is loads to be getting on with already, okay? So E minor, G, see that? A minor. All right. So, the next thing we did then was a little bit of rhythm, right? So if we just take maybe 1 chord at a time first, we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So your hand has got to be moving nice and steady the whole time. You don't want to be speeding up here, slowing down there, stopping. Just nice, steady movement all the way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So you can hit any one of them you like. You don't have to stick to the pattern really really strictly, right? You just need to be steady, right? Your hand needs to be moving in a really regular way the whole time, okay? That's what good strumming is about, okay? And then sometimes you hit it on the way down, or sometimes you can just miss it and just keep moving, okay? So the main thing about strumming is you gotta keep it steady, okay? Doesn't matter how fast it is, it just needs to be nice, just chug along nice and steady. So the other couple of things then were a couple of little tricks, right? So we've got a pull off here, right? So we'll go middle finger, let's say 3rd fret. You can do it anywhere. Hit the string, and instead of doing this, picking it again, what we're gonna do is hit it, and then drag your finger off it. Now you don't have to take your whole hand away, keep the thumb on there, and just turn your wrist so that your finger pulls the string, or pulls off the string, okay? You don't lift it like that, you drag it. All right, so that's a pull off. Hammer on is next. So these are tough now because you gotta try them on maybe the thicker strings. They're a bit easier there, right, first. So we're going open, maybe, and then you have to slap your finger down onto it. So the quicker and snappier you can get the finger down, the better. Because what if it's too slow, this happens. Just stops, right? So you have to kind of whack it down and hold it there, okay? Then the next one, finally, and don't be afraid as well, put a bit of a drag on it. Okay? It's also all sorts of stuff you can do. Finally, there was the slide. So you can start this on any string, any fret, doesn't matter, just hit the string. And the trick to it is you got to keep the pressure, keep squeezing on the string even as you're dragging it up, right? Because again, if you leave it go, if you let it too loose, that happens, okay? So you got to keep squeezing, and you can go back down as well. Okay, you can do it anywhere. Okay, so mess around with those, but remember that the most important thing is the chords, okay? Just go from one chord to the next over and over and over and over again, all right? And soon enough, then we'll be doing Senorita, okay? So keep it up. See you soon.